Hello everyone, welcome to C4 and we are at Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. And some drivers have just started to go out for their flag. So I've only actually got Heinz so far, who is on mediums. Everyone else is on softs. So whilst people are out on their in laps, or their out laps, sorry, have a little gaze over at the Drivers' Championships. Magic Poop Cannon is still top of that championship with 64 points and no wins. Yal, his teammate behind, with 11 points behind him, 53. Has got 3 podiums and a win. Liam behind in the Red Bull has got 2 wins and a podium. No, 1 win and 2 podiums. And he's also on 53 points. So it's quite tight. Doppy Man behind them, 10 points behind, equal with Brent and the Mercedes, and Justin in the Renault. He's got 2 podiums and a win as well with 40 points. He's missed a couple of races. So everyone is now out. So hopefully we'll be getting ready for a good race. We'll stick on board with the championship leader. Stick on board. So we've got Magic Poop Cannon behind some people, but going through a Rouge up into Radion. And onto the Camel Straight. That's basically your first sector. Very quick part of the lap. Actually, the whole lap's quick considering the length of the track. And Magic Poop Cannon runs wide there, so his lap is pretty much over. So is Isle Penguin in the Williams. Yal in second place, also in the Racing Point. He is in at the end of the second sector here. Keeping it together nicely. Let's see his sector time. And now you got this long flat out section all the way to the bus stop. Just tapping out the top of the 8th gear, brakes into the bus stop chicane, round it goes on to the pit straight, TRS open, and it's a 1:42.8 with Liam right behind him sitting at 1:42.4. Engine's invalidated. We've got Hayward and the Mercedes coming through, see what time he can set. It's looking decent. It's a 1:42.9. Einstein is with mediums. I think may have made a mistake. It's a 1:47 flat. Tonka also went out in mediums, it seems, and got a 1:43.3, decent time for the mediums. Heinz is maybe have done a warm up because he's almost 2 seconds up, or maybe the first sector was where the mistake came. I'll keep on board. Got Composite with a 1:44 flat. Liam got a decent lead in the pole. Jordan 8th, 143.8, and Ainz made a mistake. Doesn't get invalidated though. I think he lost more time there than what he would ever have gained. He's still 2 seconds up, even with that mistake. But then comes the invalidation. He runs wide. Is he gonna give it another go in the mediums? I don't know. But we've got Penguin, who is having another go in the softs. I definitely want to set another lap, I'm sure. And he goes second with essentially used softs, cracking lap, 142.6. Second Red Bull got a 143.5. Justin, I believe, out in the flyer on his Renault. We'll see the time he can get. It's slow, I think. Yeah, it is slow when he's coming into the pits. Sam and Poop Cannon out on out laps. Sam's had a few decent races. Magic Poop Cannon has had a mixture of great races on the podiums, and also not so great races where let's say no point scores. So let's see how both of these guys can do. Also got Cassell, he's out as well. Magic Poop Cannon started his flyer. A good minute 42 we'll be watching this lap. That's if it's a quick one. Again, coming down the Camel Straight, hard braking zone at the end of here. This is where he made the mistake in the first lap, manages to keep it together this time. Corner with no name gets extended, and that's that lap done with. Will Sam be able to keep it together and not track extend? No, he track extends where Magic Poop Cannon had the issue earlier. We've got another driver with no lap time set in the Haas. Let's see how he can do. Not looking great for Sam or Poop Cannon. And he runs wide in Radion, so that's not good. Three guys struggling in the back. Justin also must have invalidated his first lap. I think we might have seen his second. Only other person seems to be on a flyer is Jarl in the second, or in this case, first racing point. He's not cut into Radion. He's going down the Camel Straight. Still on with a lap. He sits in third already. He's slightly up on his first sector. Sweeping through, doesn't extend. Actually keeps most of the car on the racing at the racetrack. Yellow flags in front, manages to keep it together in the corner with no name. Although half the corners I don't remember their names, so that's probably not going to help. Yal is still fine, flying through the second sector, keeping it on the track. 3/10 up and a purple second sector. Keeps it way within the track. Hayward gets out the way. Flat out through this section. Absolutely love it. Again, no traffic getting in the way. Braking for the bus stop. scything through onto the pit straight, DRS open, ERS still there, and it's into second place, just 0.02 of a second behind Liam, who is slower it seems on his fast. Oh gosh, that actually got quite close for Hayward there. Doppyman just in front of him. Kiss the apex there at Radion, down the camel straight. Keeps on the curbs. These curbs aren't as lethal as some around here. The McLaren driver doing well. I think really got to keep an eye out for the sector 2 time. And sweeping corners in sector 2, a joy to watch. Hopefully will be just as good in the race. Really provides a good overtaking opportunities here. Slightly up in sector 2. Justin, who hadn't set a lap time, just puts in a lap for pole of 1:42.1. Shame we missed that as we were on board with Doppyman. Bus stop, round the bus stop. This looks like it'll be a good one. See exactly how it gets. DRS open. It's actually only slightly quicker as Hayward right behind him goes into 4th place with a 1:42.6. Justin, who I said we missed, put in a 1:42.1. Let's go to Magic Poop Cannon, who is up in the second sector as well. I guess it's just expecting Magic to get a lap together, and we can see how good that is. Tonka just got a lap together. He puts it as a 1:42.2. And PJ also gets a lap together and puts a 1:42.3. Very much lap times improving as the session wears on. There's a mistake there from Poop Cannon, taking that much wider than what he would like. He's on mediums though. Apparently that is actually a purple setting sector, so good for him. Yep, there's mediums. Coming through the bus stop, but into the pit. Doesn't set a lap time. Tonka set a lap. PJ. Hayward. I think Penguin just started. Doppyman done his lap. Brendan in the pits. Jordan 10th, he's in the pit. That's a slow lap as well. Sam's on an out lap. So yeah, I think Penguin's on a fast, but he was definitely down a couple of tenths in the first sector. And quite wide there. Can get away with that. I have this funny feeling that he's going to come in the pit. Keep an eye, see how far down we are, or how up we are, and it's still 2/10 behind through the second sector. Just not making up the time he needs. He might bail into the pit and do one last. If he might not even have the time to do that. That's likely be Penguin's last go. He does dive in the pits. Maybe you'll get another chance. Composite on a fast. Further around the lap is Sam, so we'll watch and see what is the second sector time. He's got to get a lap on the board. Didn't really see the split in the second sector, so we'll go through the last sector, the flat out into the bus stop and then pit straight. Seems decent. He's not invalidated. I think he's made sure that didn't happen this time. It puts him in 9th though, probably being cautious. Magic put cannon on an out lap on softs now. Everyone's done softs. You can do soft to hard or soft to medium. It's a relatively easy one stop. So the Haas driver coming to the end of his last attempt. Let's see if he can pull one out the bag, or is he going to be stuck down in last place? Well, let's see where his time will put him. It's 14th with a 1:43.5. Not great. Composite is down. So Jarl, Magic put Cannon's teammate, he's up, but made a mistake. He did invalidate his lap. PG gets close to the Red Bull in front of him. That will have cost him quite a bit of time, I think. Shall see. He'll get a tow though down the Camel Straight, so let's see a good tow. He's still up in his time despite that. Justin improving on his pole lap at the front. I think I'll try and keep an eye on everything important coming through this final lap. Tonka's the closest fight. Jarl's retired from the session, so is Ideal Penguin. So Justin comes around the final corners onto the pit straight. Is it an improvement on the pole time? Yes, by 800ths. Tonka's round in the second sector, so he's done as well. He won't be improving the time. PJ's behind on his time as well. Brendan's off. Is coming round to better his time, which he does by 3/10. Hayward, no, it was PJ that went round. Hayward didn't. He sets a new time, but it's 4/10 slower, and it's one last lap, and it's 3/10 time for Hines as well. So no improvements at the end, other than Justin to put on a better pole lap, pulling further away from the rest of the field. Tonka with his spin couldn't improve. Others with maybe a bit of traffic. All on fast laps though. And I think a few mistakes creeping in on the last runs. Magic Poop Cannon only qualifies in 12th. Championship leader has a race ahead of him to not lose the championship lead to his teammate Yal, or even Liam, who is quite near the front too, and is not too far behind. Tonka, of course, with a good qualifying 2. Justin coming back after missing a few races, slams it back on pole. A few fights are going to come from very quick drivers actually. And Jordan, Magic Poop Cannon, Brendan, Sam here as well, Doppyman 8th, Williams Drive Penguin in 7th as well. So some people definitely, I think, out of position. And it's dry. These guys got much luckier than the C1 and C3 guys. They got a dry race, or at least it's starting dry. But I think with the looks of it, doesn't look like it's close to rain. Okay, so here's the start of the formation lap. I'll go through the full grid. We have Justin on pole, Tonka 2nd, Liam 3rd, PJ 4th, Yal in 5th, Hayward 6th, Ideal Penguin in 7th, Doppyman in 8th, Good in 9th, Sam in 10th, all starting on the softs they qualified on, Brandon in 11th, starting on the mediums, Magic Poop Cannon in 12th, starting on the softs, Jordan starting on mediums in 13th, so it's soft to medium or medium to hard, depending on how you're starting really. Ain's 14th, hash driver of Castle. And 15th, again, sorry if I butchered any names as per usual. And 16th and last of today's runners, Composite in the Williams. Soft is, as you can see there, medium. It's soft to medium or soft to hard, which is the same for the top 10 pretty much. Safety cars may come into effect that. Let's hope not, but you never know. Doesn't look like rain's going to affect it, which is nice. Justin kind of flying off. Well, there you go, there you go. It's soft to hard or soft medium. Some people have played around with the strategies on a 2-stop, so you never know. We might actually see some 2-stops if people have made the decision to play around with some of those strategies. I'd have thought the quickest way would be a 1-stop, but you never know with the maybe anticipating some safety cars through Eau Rouge and Radion. Again, we shall see. I do suspect it'll be a 1-stop for people though. Okay, we're back round. Look at waiting for those lights. Here we go, the lights are on and now they're out. And it's Justin still in the lead. Some guys near the back. Not too much, I think. Good had issues in, oh yeah, a few touches at the back. As I seen Good is in the wall. Oh, and Magic Poop Cannon's had an issue as well. Seen a bit of Force India wing. How about the whole wing? Justin's still on the lead, but he's got Liam. It's actually a safety car, so they'll be slowing down It still shows Composite in the lead for some reason, but he's actually made up a few places on that the Bedlam at the first corner. So, and already got a safety car here at Spa. It got a bit messy at the back by the looks of it. I know Magic Poop Cannon is minus a wing. He'll be quite happy for the safety car. See anybody else? It's got damage. It's really just Magic Poop Cannon struggling along behind the safety car. We'll see who comes into the pits because it's so early. We know Magic Poop Cannon will, because he's got so much damage. I would say with the looks of it, if Magic Poop Cannon's got damage and the Red Bull is out of the race, it does point towards they may have had the contact. As it does look like they're the only two that have got any sort of damage. Timing screen's going haywire again. But yeah, it seems like that may be it. That may be what caused that to happen. But didn't quite see all of it. I seen the Red Bull on the inside trying to overtake into turn 1. A few cars seeming to go wide or having maybe minor touches, bit of squeezing, and next minute I see the Red Bull out in the, at the side of the wall, and I see Magic Poop Cannon's front wing going flying in the air. Could be separate incidents. Unsure at this very moment. Sure we'll find out after the race at some point. But as I said, the safety car coming out has really helped Poop Cannon, because he won't lose massive amounts of time under that. He'll just be at the very back of the grid, although he started 12th where Jordan is right now, so he's not too far off. I think we may have another lap under the safety car to allow Magic Poop Cannon to catch up. The order at the front's changed a bit as well. Justin still leads. Liam got an overtake on Tonka through turn 1, which we caught before jumping to the back. PJ is behind that. Doppyman's made his way up to 5th. Jarl 6th. Brendan 7th. Ideal is lost places and he's in 8th. Sam in 9th. In fact, we'll look about it here. Hines has made a good amount of positions up to 5th. Hayward has lost out the most and is 11th. Jordan's up a place. Composite up 3 places, gaining from the issues at the back. Hash Driver's up a place. Poop Cannon's lost 3 and had to make a pit stop, but that time loss has been negated. And of course the second of the Red Bulls is out the race. So yeah, Liam got Tonka. got back to podium ways last time out after a couple of bad results. DNFs, I believe, especially at the Hungaroring. But Tonka, who came up from C5, 2 races into C5, is promoted to C4 and is giving a good run for his money even here in C4. PG hasn't lost or gained. It's a bit of a gap, but I think people trying to keep a safe gap to avoid those 5-second penalties, which is easily got. One Mercedes done well out of that first corner, first couple of corners before safety car. Brendan and Hayward and the other Mercedes went backwards. It's quite the difference, but the safety car, as you may have just is in this lap. And we do have Justin backing up the field. Usually a place where you'd be going very fast. Instead, we are seeing them go very slow. And Justin gets the restart underway and has managed to get a gap. PJ though, not so much. Heinz to the back, he's had an issue. And Jordan gets the overtaken Hayward. Sam's round, and I think that's damage. Foot cannon goes through. Composite in 11th. Hayward 10th. Justin in 8th. Ideal Penguin gets past Brendan on the Camel straight before the braking zone. Jarl and Doppyman. Composite gets past Hayward. Hayward's got problems. There's Composite just actually quite good around here in pace, because he'd get past Hayward into 10th. He's in for points very early in the race, so Jarl gets a little bit wide and a bit squeamish, which can be possible. He's got a good run on Doppyman though. Will he risk this? No. Saves himself to the front. Heinz has made up a position as well now. Liam just saves that and is still gaining on Justin. He's out of ERS though. That's probably why he was able to keep up. Now Justin's able to pull away a bit. And no overtaking opportunity at all. Doppyman looks like he may have tried on PJ. Jarl's right behind this too. And Ideal Penguin, who out? Just about saves it, doesn't hit the back of Jarl. Very close in the middle. Jarl's got a great view, runs wide a little bit in Radeon. Overtake open, Doppyman in front. Trying on PJ, doesn't quite get it. PJ's got the... Jarl really closes in under braking on Doppyman. PJ got the better straight line speed, it looks like. That's moving gonna happen. We've still got the Williams driver right behind this. All these guys still in the softs they began with. It was a quite long safety car period. Brendan on the mediums is right behind this too. running a little wide. There it was. Penguin. Toppy Man starting to lose a bit of time to PJ. And Tonka is right on the back of this. Actually, Jarl's catching again. Jarl's lost it. Don't hit the wall. Oh no, he has. That was such a soft retirement. It looked like he was fine. And that's another safety car as Jarl loses his advantage that he had over Puttkanen in the championship. He'll be scoring no points today. Tonka pits, PJ pits, Toppy Man pits. Brandon, who's on mediums, stays out. Idle Penguin pits, Composite pits, Hayward pits. Only the top two on the softs have not pitted. PJ's went on to mediums, seems a bit early for that. Tonka, Toppy Man, Ideal Penguin is on to the hards. Hayward's on to the hards. Composite onto the hards. Puttkanen fixing damage again, but onto the hards. Sam onto the hards. Ends onto the hards as well. Hash driver back onto the hards. So let's just get this together. Sixth safety car in 6 laps. Brandon, Brandon and Jordan both were still on the mediums they began with, so they are still going. PG and Composite started in softs and changed on to mediums. They will be 2-stopping, I think, or taking the mediums a bit further than what you would usually expect. The rest of the pitters went on to the hards, which could probably just about pull off this as well on a 1-stop, but Justin and Liam stayed out in softs, which can go another, especially with all the safety cars, probably around another 5 laps, 5-6 laps. Justin, are you serious? He lost it under the safety car on Justin. Justin's just throwing this race right down the pan. He's now behind Magic Puttkanen. What on earth happened there with Justin? Now Liam is now the only, because Justin's definitely got damage as well. Yep, into the pits. Justin will come. Liam's pitted too. Maybe they missed the pit lane. That may be it. They were so far ahead, they missed the pit lane. Oh, this really opens it up for Tonka and the other guys. Liam falls right to the back. Well, not right to the back. But Justin does fall right to the back after his crash behind the safety car into the wall. Has to come in, change his tyres, which it looked like he would have done anyway, and to change his wing as well. So he's right at the back. He's 14th behind the hash driver. Liam's in 12th. Ains in 11th. Magic Puttkanen in the points. Let's see how this looks. This will shake things up. Composite having an excellent race, benefiting from other things going wrong around him, and a couple of good overtakes too. Puttkanen definitely taking advantage of what's going on. Same with Ains. Looks like Liam missed the pit lane and had to do another lap behind the safety car. Justin the same, except from he crashed behind the safety car. and had to change his wing as well. Haas drivers just going along hoping for to get some overtakes or more retirements in front of him. But the biggest gainers, although it may not work out completely as other guys have pitted behind them, is Brandon and Jordan are in 1, 2, and Tonka, for at least right now, is probably in the best position on those hards. Yep, so there you go. Magic Foot Cannon stopped twice, both been saved by the safety car. Oh, what on earth happened there? Tonka's just barreled into the lead. I'm not sure what's happened there, guys. The safety car is in, so away we go. Jordan, PJ. So the two guys that we've got, yeah, I think Tonka's made a big mistake by just running past them. I don't know if it was something to do with the game, maybe. Ideal Penguin gets past PJ round the outside there. PJ's looking to have a go back, but isn't going. Both run wide. And PJ goes wide again. He's got Hayward on behind him. They're all very close. We've got Liam here trying to make his way back through the field as well. He's right on the back of the Ferrari in front on mediums. Same as Justin is also on the mediums. Hines loses it. And loses it and comes back across the... Here, he doesn't go into the... Yeah, he doesn't come into the... go into the wall, but he touches Liam, who's got damage, I think, as well as himself. Yeah, so Liam's into the pits again. Hines will have damage too. A lot of damage. He's completely missed the bus stop. And Justin is still going. There's a melee in front. Put Cannon got ahead of Composite and is now going to try on Hayward. He's got the speed, he's got the straight line speed, and looks like it's going to be quite easy. They're right on each other, but Hayward has been passed. Put Cannon up to 8th. Sam in front. Hayward doesn't have another go. Composite on Hayward. Behind. Justin behind Composite though, and Justin's a quick driver. He'll be really wanting to make his way through the field as quick as possible. Runs it a bit wide. And PJ with a 3-second time pen. Ideal Penguin, he's in the Williams, closing in on Doppyman. And McLaren making the attempt, not quite, into the bus stop. Oh, gets right close, no damage though. Don't know if they touched, it was close. Hayward's on hook cannon. Composites starting to fall a little bit behind. Hook cannon goes quite far into it, quite deep, but so does Hayward. Hook cannon seemed to have the better run, but I think the toll from Sam is helping him. And will it help him get past Sam? We have a yellow flag, and it's because, let's just make sure nothing happens here, it's because the Haas has went off and Justin, so Liam's still very far behind, Ein's still very far behind. They need another safety car. Justin almost goes into the back of Composite, who brakes earlier than what he thought would happen. Composite on Hayward, hasn't to brake earlier than expected himself there, and it's these three in a tight battle with Magic Poop Cannon and Sam just ahead. Justin looking and needing to get past. He's got overtake open. This is ballsy. Does he get through? No. Does he get through here? No. Still side by side. This is crazy. Justin's through. Gets the overtake complete at the bus stop. Ends into 10th. What an attempt. Jordan's into the pits on his mediums. Falls through the... down the... Sorry, and we see Magic Poop Cannon get an overtake into turn 1 on Sam as well. So PJ is out there. Jordan was into the pits. Sam's been challenged by Haywards. Closes in. Sam's closing on Magic Poop Cannon. Looked like he was going for an opportunistic, try not to use the word dive bomb, but it would have been, but didn't quite. Maybe it was Hayward braking earlier. Justin's here, he goes off. He manages to squeeze past Hayward, but lets Hayward go back through. Guess he felt like the overtake was a bit unfair, kind of done a little off track for definite. Composite is just behind this. Now Justin is going for the overtake and gets it done around that corner. Great overtake there by Justin. He's now going after Sam. Composite again just behind here. Hayward gets a 3-second time penalty. Jordan quite a ways behind now. Brandon will feel the pain when he has to come in as well. Got a bit of a wobble, did Hayward there, so he's not going to have the chance. Justin though is Liam with the 3-second time penalty. So he's going to hang behind the Erosion Radion and then get the run of his life on the Camel Straight. Oh. And he gets past, actually still side by side, out of the slipstream. Sam's still trying to hang in there. Justin gets through, gets hung up on the curb and loses time and almost gets passed by Hayward as well. Justin is behind Magic Poop Cannon now, with PJ just up the road from these guys, and then it's quite a gap. It's a good 7.5 seconds to the top 4 at that point. Composite's still hanging in there in his Williams drive. Runs wide now that we go on board. Justin with a 3-second time penalty. Hayward with a big mistake there, which allows Composite to drive right past them. Hayward won't be happy with himself there. He'll be wanting to close back in on Composite and take the possession. Justin got past Put Cannon into 6th. Hayward's going to be trying to get past Composite again. Oh. Again, Hayward did not think that Composite was going to break that early. I think he's okay. He managed to avoid the back of Magic Put Cannon. Oh, actually, Doppy Man. We can go back up to the front. Got Doppy Man in 3rd. Now Brandon really taking the mediums quite far. Tonka ahead. There may be some questions on that with the safety car. But we do have Ideal Penguin also right in the back of this. It's a close fight for the win. PJ's looks to be struggling a little bit, and Justin going to be opportunistic, not quite close enough. Switchback, nope. PJ hugs the apex and stops that from happening. Think he'll probably get him into the bus stop, or even before the bus stop with the looks of this. Way before the bus stop. He's already overtaken PJ. It's PJ that wants to try and challenge into the bus stop, but it's not going to be able to. Magic Poop Cannon. Yeah, PJ actually pits. He was struggling on those mediums a lot. Is it damage? I don't want to lose any, but I have a feeling it may be some damage. He was struggling a lot. The Alfa Romeo's not having a good race. There's a penalty being served. And yes, PG is having a replaced wing. Doppy Man at the end of Camel Street has got past Brandon. Starting to fail away on the mediums at this point. 13 laps. He's hoping to go on to softs by the look of it. But this might work out better for him than it has for Jordan, because there's been massive battling behind, which may have kept him a bit further in the loop. That 8-second gap to Justin to the Williams driver of Ideal Penguin. It's at 8 seconds still. Not quite getting the speed that's needed at the front. Tonka peels away a little. Oh, and Ideal a bit hot on the brakes as Brendan comes in. So our top 3 is now Ideal Penguin, Doppy Man and Tonka. Justin, yes, and Brandon does go on to the softs. 7 laps to go. He's definitely in for a good result. It's now less than 7 seconds for Justin to Ideal. He's not struggling so much in his mediums. So Composite has got up to 7th with everything that's happened. I think, at least from what I've seen, it will be his best result. It'll be his best result. But he has got the 2 Mercedes barrowing down on him. One Brendan with soft tires. Hayward's really caught up. Composite maybe starting to struggle. in comparison to the hards that Hayward has. Gets on the curb, needs to correct that, does Hayward. Runs wide a little bit, but he's still fine, gaining on Composite. Composite's maybe using a bit of ERS and starts gaining, but under braking. Hayward grabs right up to the back of Composite. Composite starts pulling away in acceleration, but Hayward definitely closer. Definitely closer than what he was. Still getting caught out a bit with Composite's braking. Makes the corner, no, it's not really too much. Right, so overtake and DRS. I think this is going to be the overtake. Let's just see it as Hayward gets past Composite and Composite settles in behind. Composite has been in a battle with Hayward for most of the race, so we shall see if he can keep the pace up. But I think with the mediums at this point against hards are the same age. I do think the hards have weared a lot less by this point than the mediums, and it's going to be difficult for Composite to hang on to Hayward. Although at the moment he is... Oh, Justin's DNF. He's managed to put it in the wall. He's lost control in Sector 3. And into the wall went Justin. And now the safety car is out. Tonka's missed the pit lane. Ideal Penguin's missed the pit lane. Well, guys behind not miss the pit lane. Maybe they don't want to pit. But that's the choice, actually. They're choosing not to pit. Will anybody choose to pit? It is the safety car. I must admit, I thought people might choose to pit for softs. In fact, there we go. Jordan is pitting for softs. Liam's back in the points after this. Justin, after a fantastic drive back through the field, trying to push to catch up to the top four. It was the top three at that point, actually. He's managed to bin it in the wall. That is a shame. So we've got Tonka, Doffyman, Ideal Penguin. It's actually Magic Poot Cannon who's managed to pull off the comeback. Sam as well. He didn't do great in qualifying. He's back up there. Hayward 6th. Composites 7th as Brandon is behind him. Now on the softs, he'll be happy. He might actually have been... He of course now think, I wish I stayed out for a lap or two more and pitted under the safety car, but you can never know. Liam stayed on, PJ stayed on. He'd only came in recently for another set of mediums. Jordan, Ince and Kels at the back, all on fresh softs, taking that gamble. They're going to be right up at the back at the pack. Whilst the top 6 are on 10 lap old hards, decided not to pit, and Composite on the 10 lap old mediums. Probably the biggest surprise who didn't choose to pit, because let's be honest, the people that put on softs will be much quicker than Composite. They'll be quicker than the hard runners in front as well. Brandon's going to be fine. Liam deciding not to pit either. Track position there makes a bit more sense for him. PJ had just pitted for mediums. But the ones that are now bottom 3, they're They're going to be the speed going into the final few laps, and it will be just the final few laps. Still waiting for Heinz and the Haas driver behind to catch the pack. Once that happens, hopefully during this lap, the safety car will come in and we'll have a final few laps. With some guys on used hards, some on used mediums, and some on very fresh softs. This could get very interesting in the dying laps of the Belgian Grand Prix. Brandon's the first of the softs runners as he pitted just before the safety car onto the softs. So he's in a good position. Liam wants to come fighting back through the field after earlier. He's back into the points at least. PJ had just pitted for mediums, so he's out on the mediums, and like I said before, the three guys at the back all waiting. But that seems like the pack are all together. Now we just wait for the race control stewards in the game to release the pack or release the safety car. PJ 5-second penalty with a severe collision with Liam. He might even have front wing problems. Actually, I don't. Safety car is in this lap. I was about to say I don't think the safety car is coming in, but it's a late call. It's quiet as we are waiting for Tonka to bring the pack round. He's slowing them down, weaving. This could get interesting. And he's released early. Hopefully not too early. I think he'll be fine. And what a jump he's got on Doppy, man. What a jump. A second and a half jump. But Brendan, he should have a great run. PJ into the pits. Brendan does have a good run on composite. Gets him before the first corner. Runs wide, composite's still there, but it's not happened. Jordan's back into the pit. It's Ideal Penguin on Doppy, man, who was jumped on quite easily by Tonka. And let's see, and it's into second place for Ideal Penguin, but they're still side by side. Doppy man's still there, squeeze out a bit, and Ideal Penguin takes second place. Whilst we were watching that, composite got pack past Brendan. Oh, and Brendan hits that back composite and loses a bit of front wing, so he won't be as quick. Magic poop cannon. Doppy man seems to be stay off that curb, Magic. Doppy man seems to be a bit slower on that restart. Whoa, it got really close. Around the back, Liam gets back past Heinz. Jordan's actually now down to 11. Heinz is right up the back of Liam. Ferrari driver's clearly quicker on the softs than Liam. Has to let go a little. Will we see a move into the bus shop? I don't think we will. Not close enough. Oh, Jordan definitely tries it. Bit of banging, but he gets through. Haas driver behind on the Ferrari into turn 1. Side by side. Hines manages to keep the 11th place. Jordan on Liam, he should be quicker. Magic put Cannon too far behind Doppyman at the moment. And the same for Hayward on Sam. Jordan chasing after Liam on his softs. Just a few laps to go. Falling behind a bit. Hines on JT for on Jordan for the last points possession. It's not going to get past here. Now we've got to watch and see the run. Actually Jordan seems to be pulling away ever so slightly, and no one's really close. Sam goes deep into the bus stop, and that allows Hayward to get side by side on the exit. Not got DRS, he's not going to get it into turn 1, but now he's going to be quite close. Looks, switchback may work. Actually slid out of the exit, so Sam will have advantage up until DRS point. Sam's got a 3-second time penalty for that though. Closing in with DRS, not with overtake though, and it's a penultimate lap, so Hayward will have one more chance. Ideal Penguin in second place ahead of Doppyman. Looks like I missed that. Hayward on Sam, but Composite right behind. Oh, he's sliding through the corner with no name. Loses time. Now Brandon's going to be after him for P7. And Liam actually gets Brandon after that mistake, and got Liam and Brandon. JT right behind this. This could be an almighty battle for the bottom of the points, or even get back into the points. Come on guys. Brandon is going for it around the outside. No, can he get the switch back? Not quite. Liam gets a bit way out of there. JT coming up. PJ makes a mistake and is out. Oh, and that is an overtake. But a better run through Hines, for Hines. Hayward, who runs way wide in Radion, but he's gonna have a go at Sam anyway. This is his final chance. Overtake and DRS engaged, and he gets by, still side by side though, but yep, manages to get through into 5th place. Liam manages to get past Brandon as well in the exact same manner. JT, he's right there too. He's right behind Brandon. Those that don't finish on the points will be gutted. A good run for Jordan. It's not going to overtake here though, and Brandon gets the better run. Sam's still challenging. Liam's place is a lot more secure now. Get a good look out from behind. Tonka's still going round to the finish. Let's see what happens here. This is for the final point. Got to be careful. Gets on the curb almost round. Tonka crosses the line but drops to second place. The Ideal Penguin actually takes the win. Magic Poop Cannon takes the win. There wasn't any overtakes, I don't think, at the end, and Magic Poop Cannon takes his first win. It absolutely deserves Driver of the Day game. Other than the rain, that is an incredible first win of the season for Magic Poop Cannon, who extends his championship lead. Pop that champagne, Racing Point driver. Penalties grabbed him right up the field into the first place. So Tonka got the fastest lap, 9 seconds worth of penalties. Toffee Man had 10 seconds worth of penalties. Magic Poop Cannon wins the race. Jordan in 5th, Composite 6th, good result for him. Hayward 7th, Sam 8th, Liam 10th, Liam 9th, Brandon 10th, Heinz 11th, and 12th, and the rest didn't finish. That's PJ, Justin, Jarl, and the second of the Red Bull drivers. What a race. As you'll know, I haven't in the past done interviews, but today I've said that I'll do interviews for the podium setters. So let me just see if I can invite some in, see if they're able to do some, if they're wanting interviews. Well, I'll discuss on it that was a fantastic race. I think we're gonna get Magic Poop Cannon. I think we're gonna get the podium sitters. So let me just quickly invite them in. Actually, got Ideal Penguins already here. Hi. Hi there. I'm just going to try and get the others in. Actually, I don't know if I have Tonka actually. Hello, do any of you have Tonka so you can invite them? And at last I can find out if I'm pronouncing all your names correctly. Sorry, 2 seconds. So I think just
Oh well.
oh, I was going to say we'll quickly get started until others get in, but I guess I'll invite Magic Bookcannon back in, and that was weird. Okay,
Are you back?
I think, yeah. So still waiting for Tonka if he's going to join, but we've got
Yeah, I'm back.
Magic Bookcannon and Idle Penguin, if I am pronouncing that right. So that was an interesting race from the back, especially from Magic Bookcannon. Anything to any comments you'd like to make in that race?
Yeah, that was crazy. I didn't expect that. Start was pretty chaotic.
Yes,
I guess I made contact with Goon. I didn't even see him, but I saw he was out from the first lap, so I guess he was the one that got caught up with my rear somehow. As we were trying to avoid, because there were some 3 cars going off after turn 1, and then I was trying to avoid it, and I guess I made contact. And I'm surprised that I didn't wreck my car, because I went spinning. Then I swapped the wing, and I thought mediums, but then I made another error, and when the safety car came out again, then that was good, because then I could go on hards and changed my front wing twice, second time. And then after that I was just pushing and trying to I was hoping for P5 or something. I was keeping up with whoever was in front of me, and then trying to keep Sam behind me, because Sam had pretty good pace too. And then towards the end, basically, I realized I have no, I didn't have penalties as well. The other people had penalties, so I was I still had to keep pushing, because I was it might come handy at the end. But I had no idea about Tonka though, so that was total surprise. I thought maybe P2 or P3, but the win at the end was a surprise.
Well, that's actually your first win of the season, from what I've gathered, even though you've been leading the championship.
Finally, but it's a weird one, because I definitely didn't have the top pace. I was probably Justin was so quick, I even didn't bother fighting him, because so I just hoped to maybe stay with him, but no, he was fast.
Yeah, there was a lot of quick drivers that ended up near the back, either in qualifying or because of different strategies and pit stops because of the safety cars, which made the race even more interesting, with a lot of battling from the back. Another person that was in battling from start to finish in that race was our second place driver, Ideal Penguin. How would you describe your race today? It seemed a bit busy trying to get past people and defend.
Yeah, stressful.
It did look it.
Fighting Tonka?
What's that, sorry?
Were you fighting Tonka most of the race?
No. He was very quick. He was all the way in front. I was fighting Justin. I was very worrying about Justin, because he was closing in, and I had a 6-second time penalty. So it was quite stressful. But then he crashed. So I was quite relieved. But on the other side, the safety car came up, so that was way worse than I could have expected. But yeah, it ended pretty great with P2. So
yeah, the safety car brought a lot of people back into it at the end. Again, made it a blistering last few laps. And finally, Tonka, you finished on track in first place, but with penalties, dropped to P3. It was
P3.
Yeah.
It's quite a weird race. The first race I've actually done really well in, to be fair. Obviously excluding the penalties, of course, but it was such a weird race. Under a safety car, I was on the phone to my brother, JC, who plays in this league as well. So I was on the phone to him, and he was telling me that I just drove past first and second. And I was like, what's going on here? Because my game was lagging out, and I was like, I don't know what's going on here at all. So I just pressed my home screen button, and then it brought me back into the home screen, and then put me back into F1. And I didn't lag out, it was just normal again. So it was just such a strange few minutes, but I continued. I slowed up for the guys, but I just didn't really know what was going on. But then I just tried to get my head together and try to do some racing, and then the penalties kind of cost me. But I'm kind of pleased with the pace I had. I was quick today, which is good, and it's definitely good for next week. I'm looking forward to next week already because I feel like I have a bit of pace, but I just have to cut out the penalties. If I cut out the penalties, I'll be fine, I think.
Yeah, I think you definitely had good pace. I was going to ask about what happened on the safety car, but I think if we...
It was so strange.
Yeah. But I think the pace that a lot of the guys had today made it so quick, and the safety cars managed to bring it all together. So, Duncan, you just mentioned about next week. How is everybody feeling about next week's race?
I think they're confident because obviously there was a few drivers missing today, but I thought everybody done well today. They haven't really said nothing in the Discord about that, but you can already tell they're already looking forward to next week because the standard's very, very good at the moment. The racing's very good, so if we can keep the safety cars to a minimum, I think we'll be okay.
Yes. Magic Pip Cannon, what do you think about next week's race?
I've been having no time for practice, so like this race I just practiced ahead of the race, like an hour before. If I can find time to...
Same as you, Magic.
Oh, nice. Then yeah, yeah, but your pace was still quicker. I definitely need to put in like a couple of days of practice, like a little bit each day, so that way I'm more up in the top. But right now, today, like I was definitely not in the top, so it was kind of a lucky win.
Finished on top.
Magic does really good. You know what I mean? He keeps himself out of penalties, and he gets the one.
That's a very good point.
In this race, it counted. Yeah, that's the thing with your penalties, and you got that.
Well deserved.
Yeah.
I mean, well done to all of you for today's race.
You too, Dale. Sorry.
I guess I'm lucky that all the other rivals didn't get any good points, especially my teammate.
Yeah, you basically pulled a good lead in the championship. I was saying that just before you got
so
on.
I can slack again.
Well, you done that last time they started pulling in.
Yeah.
Ideal Penguin, how are you feeling for next time as well, as you're climbing up the championship at this point as well?
Quite excited. I think there will be close battling next week because it's not many braking zones and corners. I mean, yeah, many corners with high-speed tracks, so I hope to battle there with a few rivals of mine and get some good points.
Okay, so thanks for joining us at the end of the race. I know it can be quite difficult doing that after a race, especially like that one. And well done to all of you. It was a fantastic race.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Multi.
No, not a problem.
Great having you commentate.
Good racing, lads. Very quick as well.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys.
Right. So, goodbye from me, and we're doing the Ronnies. Goodbye from from everyone else. And
bye, buddy.
See you next week.
I will see you next week as well. Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
See you next week.